Hi guys, it's reaction time. In the 80s, it comes at night. There's been a couple of bands lately. Give it this sort of 1980. We had At 1980, which I love that song. This is In the 80s, It Comes at Night. It sounds like a horror film. It sounds like it's going to be a bit of 80s horror, hopefully, mixed with this. Love horror, love the 80s. They're ticking all the boxes so far, but it might not be horror. It's fine if it's not. Anyway. Paul Relay, another suggestion by Paul. We're coming to the end of the year now, obviously. Things are slowing down, but there's still music. Obviously, this is stuff that's we're going to be hearing next year, so it's really exciting to hear singles coming out for next year's stuff. It doesn't say anything actually about an album, but I'm taking anything that comes out this time of year, and if they haven't had an album out already, which they may have done, by the way, it's going to be out next year on an album. That's the way it sort of works, isn't it? End of the year stuff. So In the 80s, It Comes at Night. I don't know anything about this. Haven't heard a second of this. Just on Paul's recommendation, I thought, right, yeah, let's put it on the list. Let's see how it goes. So In the 80s, It Comes at Night. Here we go. Oh yeah, Paul's done it again, man. He fucking really has. So when that riff kicked in at the beginning, I mean, yeah, I was thinking that the band name is perfect because it really did sound like something, you know, you'd hear, I don't know, like on Armoured Saint album or something out of the 80s. It's the real heavy riff kicked in and then the bass kicked in rumbling in the mix, and it's just, the groove was just fucking there. That metal groove was just perfect. And then love the verses, man. They're almost like a heavy Dokken classic Dokken feel to them for sure. That's a classic riff, that sort of minor riff that's going over the verses. Beautiful riff. And then it really surprised me because it went out of this sort of mid-80s metal feel into this European AOR feel. So it's very different, but fitted perfectly. It really lifted the chorus actually, because you had this lot of heavy sort of lower sort of riff, metal riff, and then it sort of lifted into this AOR chorus, which took me by surprise, but still fitted perfectly. The guy's vocals are great most of the time, singing in that lower tone, but he can fucking scream as well, as he's just proved there just before that chorus came in the second time round. So great vocal, great band. They sound really tight. It's a very cool mixture of metal and AOR at the same time, if that makes any sense. And it melds together very well indeed. It's fucking great, man. It is really cool. Production's great. I mean, I'm saying it's almost now, you know, way back when. I mean, it says it's mixed and mastered by Niklas Sonner. But it's almost these days, you know, to get a good production in the 80s, I know going back to the 80s again, but you had to, you know, hire the likes of Mutt Lange or people like that to get yourself a good recording. If you did anything else, you know, you're probably going to not expect the best. But now you can literally, you know, I don't know Niklas Sonner, whatever he's done to this band, it sounds fucking great. But you don't need to pull in a world famous producer to make your music. If you know what you're doing in the studio, you can fucking make it sound as good as any of those bands. In fact, some of the most famous bands now, some of their recordings, I could say, are a little bit sometimes it's better to do it on your own, you know. But there you go. It's great. It's absolutely great. Here we go for the rest, guys. Well impressed with that, man. Fantastic stuff. Solo was just amazing. I love the way it died down into more of a subdued feel. Synth sort of kicked in a little bit more in the background, and it gave a lot of sort of atmosphere in that bit, but the solo was just amazing, very melodic. But you could tell this guy He was doing sort of strung out, you know, hung out notes on some of it, but then he'd done some real fucking technical, fast stuff, but it was always melodic. I love the way it died down into that very, going back to the 80s again on this particular part, but the way after the solo it crashed in with those riffs, and you had the little synth bits, that was very cool indeed. So, you know, very nostalgic there, made me feel very nostalgic. But for a band that are called In the 80s, it definitely wasn't just stuck in the 80s. It's not probably what I expected the band to sound like. On some of it, yeah, I would say that, but on a lot of it, no. You know, very modern, especially the chorus, very modern sounding, like I said, European sort of chorus. But absolutely fantastic song, man. Absolutely brilliant. I loved everything about it. Great vocals, man, as well. Just giving him another shout out. And the drum work. The rhythm section was amazing. The bass playing and the drums, some of that double kick stuff there was just amazing. And the production is really helping you hear that. It's really, you know, punchy, the production, so you can hear every little bit of double kick. Snare drum sounded great. The bass sounded great. The guitar's brilliant. The vocalist was amazing. Wow. Another great suggestion by Mr. Paul Relay. In the 80s, It Comes at Night. Guys, what do you think of that? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you soon.